Indiana is an interesting state.
Yeah.
First time in 44 years that a Republican did not win Indiana, which makes it what? I guess LBJ, right? Yeah, 1964. So Republicans won it every other time, and then Obama wins it by 1 percentage point over John McCain in 2008. But there's a story in the LA Times today written by Seema Mehta, and it's a great story. I just want to give credit there. Because and there were a bunch of quotes in this story about the difficulty that Obama's going to face in winning Indiana again, and that strategists calling it the most difficult state that he's going to have to hold on to of all the ones that he won. North Carolina, obviously, tricky
clearly
too.
It's number one.
Yeah. So, and the quotes in this story are just, it's part of this maddening sense of middle class and working class voters not knowing which party has their back. And of course, it turns out they don't know which party has their back because neither party appears to have their back. So, I mean, I'm sympathetic to the frustration, but it's maddening.
Right. But they also have to make a decision. I mean, that's the thing about voting is, so yes, you can say neither party has their back. There are some people who have, there's one party that has their interests more at hand, the interests of the worker versus the interests of the
yeah, but if you don't do anything about it.
You're 100% right. They've done, and they haven't.
And you don't take people who are going to spend a tremendous amount of time sort of breaking this down, then you're going to get some of the apathy that you're going to hear about in this story. So here's one point it says in Seema Mehta's story in the LA Times. Strategists in both parties, as we said, say Indiana is the state least likely to, Barack Obama's least likely to hold on to in 2012, largely because of shifts in sentiment by working class voters like Rodriguez. And this is a woman, Lorena Rodriguez, who whose husband lost her job at an RV factory. So again, working class voters that he's lost. And you're like, well, what? Really? So these guys, they're going to vote for Rick Perry, the working class voters? So continue. Here's the next point. Polling in recent months, is not surprisingly, shows that working class Americans, already skeptical of the president, have grown increasingly hostile to him, and enthusiasm among women also waning. Again, if working class, middle class families are, you know, it just shows what a giant, I get it, the economy's bad, no question there was going to be dissatisfaction with it.
Yeah.
But there were opportunities here to show working class voters, there have been certainly over the last 3 years, that you were at least stood with them. Even symbolic things, even just trying harder, taking a bigger stand in Wisconsin would have made a difference in a situation like this.
Right, and also communication. I mean, communication, I believe, is the biggest, shortcoming of this administration. That they don't communicate well. Indiana is a state that would have, you'd think, responded to what the president did with the revitalization of General Motors and the U.S. auto industry, and there's no resonance to that at all. I mean, Indiana, in some of the anecdotes in Mehta's article, Indiana is seen, the Indianans are saying that they want a president with more business experience running a business. Well, he saved an entire industry, I would say. I'm not saying that John McCain wouldn't have done the same thing had he won the presidency, but the president did it, and he saved an industry. But you wouldn't know that. They never talk about that. It's just one example of the communication problem that this administration has, as well as the fact that they have not done exactly what Ben just said. They weren't in Wisconsin. They weren't speaking on behalf of people when they had the opportunity to speak on behalf of them.
They didn't make a clear distinction. They didn't stand up to Wall Street. They didn't make it, we're going to, Lindsey Graham over in Fox News, or speaking on one of the Sunday shows over the weekend, talked about sort of that now the president has gone and he's declared class warfare. The Republicans talking a lot about class warfare when Obama called for the tax on the millionaires. And of course, because they've decided, as has been decided in this country for a long time, that saying the words class warfare is effective. And I would say, yeah, we're declaring class warfare because I'm tired of the upper class winning and I'm standing with you and I'm going to fight for you. Don't run from that.